what's up? Bradley Aidan Johnson here, and I just wanted to tell you people how I select weights. I said it in another video, but you know it might be difficult to find, so I thought I'd put it in this video. The first thing I do when selecting weights is I define a rep range. My rep range is terribly usually, what was I about to say there? Usually 10 reps, okay? Chest press 10 reps, squats 10 reps. Barbell skull crushers, 10 reps. It's 10 reps for everything. There are a few things that aren't 10 reps. For example, I do 15 reps on most ab exercises. In fact, almost all ab exercises. I do 15 reps on calf raises standing, and I do 50, sometimes 60 reps on seated calf raises when I'm burning them out. Other than that, 10 reps, okay? That's a standard rep range for hypertrophy, muscle growth, bodybuilding rep range. Now I've got the rep range set. First thing I do is I go for it with a weight that seems like I can do it. I also, you gotta set your sets as well. Like, I generally do 4 sets of everything. For like hyperextension, I'll do 3 sets, and for these days for squats and chest press and deadlifts, I'm doing 5 sets because I like those exercises. I want to do them a little bit more. That's the only difference. So, what I want in those sets are some sets where I just finish, put weight down, okay, and some sets where I can't do anymore, I've gone to failure, so I know that I'm really taxing my muscles, burning my muscles out, you know, applying the principle of progressive overload and really testing myself. So, let's say you're new to working out, right, which you probably are if you're asking how to set a rep range. You look at a weight and you look at it and think, I bet I can bicep curl that. That looks like my weight. We'll get one. This, to some people, may look like a bicep curl weight. To other people, it might be like, are you joking? I do that in my sleep. To some people, it'd be like, I could never bicep curl that. That's huge. Okay? This is a bicep curl weight. So what you do is, you set your sets and your rep ranges. 4 sets of 10. Yeah? Okay? This is how I do it. This is my system. Patented. The BAJ method. In fact, I'm going to call this video that. Now, I do 1 set of 10 to 10 and stop. Each arm. If it's hammer curls, I'll do an alternative, like that. If it's seated incline, I'll do them at the same time, like that, okay? So I do 10, okay? I put them down. Felt alright? Felt good. Wait a minute, that's my rest period. Do it again. I hit 10, fantastic. That's 2 out of 4 sets, okay? I'm not picking that up again. Why do I keep picking it up? Everyone gets what lifting a weight is. You know, leave it. Everyone knows what these things are. I don't need props. The next one, I go to failure, whatever that number may be. Now, if I go to failure and all I can do is 7 reps, brilliant. Excellent. First time I picked up a weight, I found my exact weight. Hit my exact rep range, perfect. This is my exact weight for bicep curls. Now, what may happen instead of that is you may do 15 bicep curls. Now, if I have gone 2 sets to 10, and then after that I can do a set to 15, in my mind, according to my system, because I've gone over 10, anything 11 plus means I've gone over. It means that for the next set, and for subsequent sets on the next day when I do this exercise, I will go up in weight. So I'll immediately slap some extra 0.5s on the side, yeah, go up by the smallest increment that I have available to me. So I got this, I will slap on, yeah, go back to the props, whatever. Obviously I'll take the spin lock off, yeah. Now I'm bicep curling this, and I do 1 more set, right? If on that set I do 8, okay, brilliant, that's my rep, that's my new set. So next week when I come to do that exercise, I'm going to be using that weight to do the first 2 10. If I do 11 or more, I write down that I did 11 or more on my Gym Goal app, which you should be using, and the next time I work out, I'll go up even more, yeah? And I'll start those to do the first 2 sets of 10. What can happen on the other side is that, let's go back to the original weight, which was this. I do bicep curls, and I do 1 set of 10. Ooh, it's pretty difficult, okay? I then go back to do a second set. I'm doing it. 8. I can't do 9. If I can't do 2 sets of 10 with the workout, with the weight, it's too heavy. Gotta go down. So I go down before I do the next sets. And I'll stay down and just finish out. I'll do 2 more sets to failure, like after, if I can't do that. The point being that over time, and it won't take very long, you will find your weight. Also, the benefit of it is, it allows you to progress upwards through the weight at an appropriate time. You won't go up too early, you always go up when you're ready for that weight. For me, it's an idea that I came up with because I saw a lot of I saw a lot of people talking about not going to failure and how avoiding going to failure and all the benefits of that. I saw some people saying you really need to go to failure on some sets because if you don't go to failure, you don't recruit all the muscle fibers. And I saw some people saying I do every set to failure. And I looked at them and I thought, you know, I want to do some to failure, I want to do some not to failure. But I like numbers, I like precision. So I needed to work out a method that meant I was always going to failure at the right time and that I could stick to. And this is the one that worked out for me. So what I do is, let's say it's 5 sets. I'll do the first 3 to 10, the last 2 to failure. It's always the last 2 to failure, yeah? So, set, failure, failure. That's how I do it, okay? It will get you to the right way. It will work. It works for me. It works great. Alternatives to that, little changes, is when I do push-ups, bodyweight exercise, when I do push-ups, I do all sets to failure. That's just how I do it, okay? So that's slightly different. And certain other exercises, for instance, pull-ups, you see? And tricep dips, I have a slightly different, but essentially the exact same system. If I'm doing 4 sets of either of those exercises, which is always what I do, let's say it's the first time you've ever done it, right? You've ever done it, okay? So you walk up to the tricep dips and you go, okay, cool. And you do as many as you can, go to failure, yeah? Let's say that failure number's 20, okay? Then you do another set, you go to failure again. Let's say all you can get is 12, okay? The next 2 sets you go to failure again. So you've just done 4 sets to failure on your first ever time of doing tricep dips. Now, the second one that you did, that set of 12, that becomes your number now. Okay? So next week you come back, and instead of doing 20, going to failure, you do 12. Then you do 12 again. Then you go to failure. Yeah? Now, because you went to 20 before, it's very likely that you may do 13 or 14. If you do 13 or 14, you remember that number, write it down in your gym goal app, which you should be using. Yeah, you do another set to failure. The next week, say, was it 14? 14 is your new number. So you do 14, 14, failure, failure. Now, if in your third set you go above 14, that becomes your new number. So if you manage 16, it becomes 16, 16, failure, failure. If you do 15, it becomes 15, 15, failure, failure. If at any point you can't manage the first 2 numbers, you go back down to the second number. So let's say you go up, you do a really good set, you're feeling really pumped, you're on 14, you do 14, 14, and then you do 17. Next week it comes to it, you do 17, and you go to 17, but you can't quite get 17, it's too much, you go to 16, yeah? You do the next 2 sets after that to failure, but next week, your new number is 16. That is my system. That is my system. It works for me. It helps me set my weights. It's great for cutting because when you cut, you'll lose strength, and you'll lose strength in the weight. So what you'll do is you'll match your weightlifting to the strength you lose, determined by your system. And when you're bulking and you start getting stronger, you'll always be updating the weight based on how strong you are. It takes all the emotion out of it and the ego and all that stuff, and just lets numbers rule everything, which is the way I like to do it. This video has gone on a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure everyone knew my system. It's kind of important. It's how I lift. BradleyAidanJohnson@gmail.com. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If not, sorry, you just wasted 8 minutes of your life. Like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace!